Beneath our feet lies a vast, hidden resource, often overlooked and underappreciated, a life-giving treasure that sustains humanity and all forms of life on Earth. This is groundwater, a crucial element in our ecosystem. It fills the spaces between soil and rock, forming vast underground reservoirs called aquifers. These aquifers are nature's way of storing water, ensuring a steady supply even during dry periods. Groundwater accounts for nearly a third of the world's freshwater, making it an indispensable resource for our survival and well-being. Rivers, lakes, and wetlands often originate from this hidden source, providing habitats for countless species and maintaining the balance of our natural world. For millions of people, especially in rural communities, it is the primary source of drinking water. It is the lifeline that supports daily life, health, and hygiene. We rely on it heavily for irrigation, sustaining our crops and feeding the world. Without groundwater, agriculture would struggle to meet the demands of a growing population. But this precious resource is under threat from over-extraction and pollution. Unsustainable practices are depleting our groundwater reserves faster than they can be replenished. Groundwater levels are falling at alarming rates around the world, leading to dried-up wells and reduced water availability. The consequences of this decline could be devastating for humanity and for the planet we call home. We must act now to protect and conserve this invisible reservoir, ensuring it remains a viable resource for future generations. The crisis we face is largely invisible, hidden beneath the surface, but its impacts are becoming increasingly apparent. Wells are running dry, forcing communities to abandon their homes. Rivers and lakes are shrinking, impacting ecosystems and livelihoods. The demand for water is growing relentlessly, driven by population growth and economic development. We are extracting groundwater faster than it can replenish, leading to a dangerous deficit. This is like emptying our savings account without any deposits. Eventually, we will run out. The most pressing threat to groundwater is our insatiable thirst for it. We are extracting it at an unsustainable rate, driven by the demands of agriculture, industry, and growing populations. The consequences are already being felt around the world. In many parts of the world, the water table, the upper surface of groundwater, is falling at an alarming rate. This excessive pumping can lead to land subsidence, where the ground sinks as water is withdrawn. This can damage infrastructure, buildings, and even entire cities. Adding to the pressure on groundwater is the growing problem of pollution. Industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and untreated sewage are contaminating our aquifers, making the water unfit for human use. This invisible threat is jeopardizing the health of millions. Once contaminated, groundwater can be extremely difficult and costly to clean up. The pollutants can persist for decades, even centuries, posing a long-term threat to human health and the environment. We must act now to prevent further contamination and protect this vital resource. Section 5. Climate change. A shifting landscape. Climate change is, exacerbating the groundwater crisis. Changing rainfall patterns are leading to more frequent and severe droughts in some regions, depleting groundwater reserves. At the same time, rising sea levels are threatening to contaminate coastal aquifers with salt water. The interconnectedness of Earth's systems means that climate change will have far-reaching consequences for groundwater. Understanding these complex interactions is crucial for developing effective management strategies. We must adapt to a changing climate and find ways to protect this essential resource. Section 6. Towards a sustainable future. The future of our planet, our species, depends on our ability to protect and manage our precious water resources. We must act now to ensure that future generations inherit a world where water scarcity is not a defining feature. The challenge is immense, but it is not insurmountable. By adopting sustainable practices, investing in innovative technologies, and promoting responsible water governance, we can reverse the decline of groundwater and secure this precious resource for generations to come. Section 7. Rainwater harvesting, catching every drop. One of the most effective ways to replenish groundwater is through rainwater harvesting. This ancient practice involves collecting rainwater from rooftops, roads, and other surfaces, and directing it into the ground to recharge aquifers. Rainwater harvesting not only replenishes groundwater, but also reduces surface runoff, prevents soil erosion, and provides a source of water for irrigation and other uses. It is a simple, cost-effective, and sustainable solution that can be implemented at various scales. from individual households to entire communities. Section 8. Efficient irrigation, doing more with less. Agriculture is the largest consumer of freshwater globally, accounting for nearly 70% of all withdrawals. This immense demand places a significant strain on our water resources, making it imperative to find ways to use water more efficiently. Improving irrigation efficiency is crucial for reducing pressure on groundwater resources, especially in arid and semi-arid regions, where groundwater is often the primary source of irrigation. These areas are particularly vulnerable to water scarcity, and efficient irrigation can make a substantial difference. Switching to more efficient irrigation techniques, such as drip irrigation, can significantly reduce water usage in agriculture. Drip irrigation systems deliver water directly to the plant roots, ensuring that every drop is used effectively. These techniques deliver water directly to the plant roots, minimizing evaporation and maximizing water use efficiency. By targeting the root zone, drip irrigation reduces water waste and promotes healthier plant growth. By using less water, we can help to conserve groundwater and ensure its availability for future generations. Efficient irrigation not only supports sustainable agriculture, but also helps to protect the environment and secure water resources for communities. Section 9. Groundwater and the Promise of Tomorrow. Sustainable Development Goal. 6 calls for ensuring availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. This goal is crucial for the health and well-being of communities around the world, especially in rural and underserved areas where access to clean water is limited. Groundwater plays a vital role in achieving this goal, particularly in ensuring food security and supporting sustainable development. It is the hidden lifeline that sustains agriculture, providing the necessary water for crops to grow and thrive, which in turn feeds millions of people. By protecting and managing our groundwater resources wisely, we can secure a future where everyone has access to safe and affordable water. This means investing in infrastructure, educating communities about water conservation, and implementing policies that protect our water sources from contamination. This will require a concerted effort from governments, communities, and individuals to reduce water consumption, prevent pollution, and implement sustainable water management practices. Everyone has a role to play, from policymakers to everyday citizens, in ensuring that our water resources are used efficiently and responsibly. The future of our planet depends on it. By working together, we can create a world where clean water is available to all, ensuring a healthier, more sustainable future for generations to come.